This evening we're in Amherst, Massachusetts, and we're looking at the St. Brigid's Church. And you spell that Brigid, B-R-I-G-I-D. And this is a very old church. The one you're looking at, though, is the second edition of it. And thus, it doesn't look very old. It's 1923. So it's 101 years old, this beautiful church. It's trying to have a rose window in front, but it's partly filled in, some of the rows. And the architectural style is a Romanesque style, almost towards the Byzantine. And this church was originally 200 yards more on the same street upwards towards the north. And that green is still visible. So in 1868, the concept of the church came around. They built it that year. And it was already by 1870, and they started having masses there. But they quickly outgrew it and outgrew it by a lot. And they came down here by 1923, and they built not only the church, they bought out this Victorian mansion this to its side, which is a very nice one. Look at its right side porch. It has a nice tower with an open porch on the third floor. And then in the very back, it has a social hall. And this is a very active parish. Now, who they serve is incredible because they serve 9 different communities. The reason why is because Amherst didn't have that many Catholics, but North and Hampshire County did have enough Catholics to support a church. And so, this is the church. Nowadays, it doesn't include Hadley, but that was the biggest source of the Catholics. And so this was the church for Hadley, Amherst, Pelham, Shutesbury, Sunderland, Leverett, parts of Belchertown, and it lost one along the way. Now it's Hadley, and Hadley gained 2 Roman Catholic churches. Now the cemetery for them all is in Hadley. It's called the St. Brigid's Cemetery. That was also made about 1869, and it has some very old burials. Now, most of the Catholics that went here were immigrants. Mostly were Irish, but then later the Polish started coming in, and they would end up building their own church in Hadley. Also, any other groups that were Catholic would go here. So this is a Roman Catholic church. And and like I said, it grew in such great stature and amount of people that they had to build this newer one along the way. Now it takes up a place along Pleasant Street, which is fairly nice. It's across from the Unitarian Church, which is ringing its bells now. Notice that this church here doesn't have a steeple, right? So it's a nice location and a nice church. And hopefully we can have a tour here in coming years because it's quite beautiful inside. I've been here a couple of times. And I hope you come to enjoy it yourself. Remember all the pieces where it used to be in the green that was up there. And it has a beautiful cemetery for itself. So we're going to do one panoramic for you to end up.